If you're a high capacity Black woman who's been told your whole life that you're too much, you're not. The room was just too small. Hi, I'm Shay Thomas, capacity strategist, researcher, and founder of ESSENTFLOW. And for the last 17 years, I've been documenting a pattern I didn't have a language for until recently. The pattern of being high capacity in a world that expects you to shrink. Of code switching so automatically that you forget what your voice sounds like, even when you're not adjusting it. Of performing excellence until you're exhausted. Not from the work itself, but from the sustained performance required to do it. Of navigating superwoman expectations, emotional suppression, and the belief that you have to be twice as good to be seen as half as competent. The research calls it superwoman schema, identity incongruence, code switching exhaustion. And I call it what happens when you've been building in rooms too small for who you actually are. And here's what I discovered. These patterns don't just show up at work. They follow you home, into your relationships, into your creative work, into how you show up with your family, even the voice in your own head. You're not just code switching at work anymore. You're code switching in your own business, in the content you're creating, in work that's supposed to be yours. And that exhaustion you're carrying, that's not the exhaustion of being excessive. That's the exhaustion of sustained incongruence. ESSENTFLOW is the framework that I built to come back home to myself after 17 years of performing someone else. It works in 3 phases. Phase 1, essence, where you discern your native self from your installed self, where you figure out which parts are still yours and which part you took on for survival. Phase 2, foundation, where you build something fully yours without performing, platform independent, something that honors your capacity instead of exploiting it. Phase 3, flow, where you finally stop fighting your capacity and start trusting it. This isn't therapy. This isn't coaching. This is a human development methodology that is built from lived research. My experience as a Black woman isn't a limitation. It's my credential. Because I'm not observing this from the outside. I lived it. And I've documented it for years. My experience is the data. And if you're a Black woman who's been waiting for someone to do this work without translating, shrinking, or softening themselves, this is it. You found your room, sis. Welcome home. And I'm glad you're here.